Now, one of the other duties we have as umpires is that it's our responsibility to check this equipment in both dugouts, both for safety and compliance. So that's one of the reasons you want to get to the game probably at least 20 minutes early, because again, you want to talk to your partner about things, but you also have to leave yourself time to check the equipment. And we check the helmets, we check the bats, and we check the catcher's gear to make sure it's safe. So one of the things we always look for in helmets is, first thing I look for is helmets will usually crack right in here near the ear area. This is the common flex area, and that's where they tend to crack. So I will always check that to see and kind of bend it a little bit, and if it's, and you'll be able to see if it's cracking. Sometimes it'll usually change color. The plastic will start to turn white as it's bent a lot. So I always check that and check both sides to make sure the helmet's not cracked. If it is cracked, can't use it. Okay, and I tell the managers, here's a helmet, we can't use this thing, it's cracked. All right. The other thing we have to look for is the Nicosia sign. This is and this is going to be on every helmet that's in compliance and is legal to use in the league. If we don't have this seal on the helmet, then it cannot be used in a Little League baseball game. And it could be off to the side here, it might be in the middle, it could be on the other side, there's different, but it's usually on the back side. Any helmet that's legal for use is going to have that. Also check for the padding on the inside. There's not real specific guidelines on that, but if it's all torn up and there's really no padding inside, then it's probably not a helmet that we want to use either. Okay, we want to just bring that to the manager's attention and say this thing is pretty beat up. The other thing that we cannot have is stickers all over the helmet. And it's one of those things that sometimes players are awarded stickers, or they'll stick a big giant sticker, or things, you know, that like in football, they'll get these stickers for how good they did in a game. Little League Baseball, you can't have stickers on your helmets because, and again, it's just a compliance thing, because a couple of different things. It could be hiding cracks, not that that's the intent, but it could be hiding a crack. We want to make sure that we can see any defects that are in the helmet. Okay. The other thing we can't have is you can't have custom painted helmets. So for some reason you can look at it and you go, wow, I know that is not the original paint that was on this helmet. They wanted to paint the helmets to look like the Raiders or the Giants or anything like that, okay? Because again, whatever chemicals were used in that paint to paint the helmet, it's possible that it could degrade the integrity of the protective measures of the plastic. So any custom painted helmets are not allowed. It needs to be the original paint that was from the manufacturer. Okay. The other thing, you should always check your catcher's masks. Check both of them. Okay, they should have the same thing. We've got that Nicosia symbol right there on this catcher's gear. Okay, it doesn't have to be a hockey style helmet, but if it is, it does indeed still have to have the dangling throat guard. Even though the managers and players will say, but why do I need that? It protects my neck already. And the reasoning behind that is most of the kids at this level, it doesn't really give them protection because they're not using the proper technique and putting their neck down. The ball's in the dirt, they're going like this. And all of a sudden this is now protection. This is the only protection you've got for your neck. So the hockey style mask does require the throat guard.
Okay, so checking the bats. Two type of bats. There's the 2 1/4 majors and down, and then from 50-70 intermediate and up, they use the bigger bat, the 2 5, 2 5/8. But anyway, what you're looking for, one, is it's smooth and round. I always take my hand and rub my hand up down there, make sure it's smooth and round. If it's not, you feel a dent or something, you can remove that bat. I also want to check for the BPF marking on it, 115. If it doesn't have that, that bat's not legal to use. Okay. Other than that, smooth and round, make sure the cap's on okay. Make sure if you see any tape hanging off here, you might ask them to repair that. And sometimes they put on these kind of grips. If the grip pops off real easy, you might want to have them get a new grip. That's what it's smooth and round, and it meets the 115 BPF, and go from there. The 2 5/8 bats are BB Core, is the ratings that they have to follow. So that's what you do with the bat.